What is up, everyone? It is Thursday. We're going to play the rest of this game, or as much as I can. I'm going to try to play the whole thing here for the next hour or so. We got 10 and a half to go in the third quarter. I did play a little bit of the second quarter, and then I started the third quarter on my own the last couple nights, just playing a drive here and there. So Green Bay, both teams scored a field goal in the second quarter. Green Bay just drove down, got inside the 5, couldn't capitalize on the touchdown. They kicked the field goal. Detroit intercepted Bart Starr with about 2 minutes to go in the second quarter and ran the ball down. I didn't want Tobin Rote to throw the ball because he's been pretty terrible. He's currently 5 of 20 for 55 yards. So we ran the ball down there and got inside the 5 on their side. And again, they couldn't put it in either, so they kicked the field goal, and it's 3-3. They kicked the field goal as time ran out in the second quarter. So it's 3-3. Both teams have kind of exchanged the ball here in the third quarter, but Green Bay got a really nice punt return and a couple of nice plays. Bart Starr, 9 of 15 for 91 yards and a touchdown, so not a great game, but, you know, it's not as bad as Tobin Rote's. So what I decided to do, you know, I went and got, if you watched the first video, you know, I went and got Bobby Lane out of Pittsburgh's pile because he played in this game for Detroit. And he played about a third of the game. So my plan was if Green Bay scores here in any way and Detroit finds themselves down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in Bobby Lane now, which is a little bit earlier, I think, than it was in real life. But if Green Bay doesn't score here, then I will give, what's his name, Tobin Rote one more possession, and then I'll yank him after that. So I'm just looking for something to put on my TV. I always go with Murder, She Wrote. That's always the best option. Where's my mute? There we go. All right. So let's get started here. Green Bay has the ball 2nd and 10 on the Detroit 20. 10 and a half to go here in the third quarter. And we are going to go ahead and run some plays. So we're going to start with an inside run here on 2nd and 10. 52 for Detroit is a CD. And 43 is Howie Ferguson, the fullback. So we'll go inside run, Howie Ferguson against, what did I say, CD? Yeah, CD. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. 56. 56 is a 24, and Ferguson's able to fall forward for 2 yards. Now, if you remember this game from the first video, it was a lot of punting. Nobody really doing anything. We have a little bit more action in this part of the game, the second and third quarter that I didn't put on video. Not much, but a little bit more to get to 3-3. Let's see if we can, maybe the dice have changed their mind about bad rolls here, and we can get back to that Cleveland-San Diego game I just played from 83. 3rd and 8, short pass heavy. And we roll a 4. A 4 is a short pass. 54. 54 is AG. 65 is Jim Taylor. He's a C. So we'll go BG, short pass. Bart Starr going to dump it off to Jim Taylor. Didn't catch a lot of passes during this, at least during this season for Green Bay as a C1. But he got a couple targets, and he'll get this one. 65. That's a 14. And it's complete, but it's only going to be 5 yards. Will not be enough for a first down. And Green Bay is going to bring Paul Hornung out to try another field goal, to be a field goal that gives them the lead. 4th and 3 on the 13. So this is going to be a 30-yard field goal for Paul Hornung. 45. Oh, no. We have a 33. And we have an F9. We have a fumble. Boy, nobody wants to win this game. So an F9. Let's see what happens here. 52. And that is -8, and it's picked up by the defense for Detroit. It's going to be Joe Schmidt, the middle linebacker, 5. He is the one who intercepted Bart Starr. So now he has a fumble recovery also. So let's go field goal. And it's going to be blocked. So it's, let's see, what did I say, -8? F9, -9. Wait, no, -9. Wait, what is that? What was it? F9, 52. Yeah, -8, D3. So -8, Detroit recovers. So that's Hornung. D3, Joe Schmidt. Let's take a look at Joe Schmidt's card. Okay, Joe Schmidt. There he is. Middle linebacker 5. What a great player. W12, QS6. That's a great player right there. Let's see if he can do anything with this fumble recovery or this block recovery. 43 is a 25, and a 25 is always 0 yards, except on kickoff returns. It's always 0 yards. So Joe Schmidt gets nothing. He's having a good game. Detroit takes over 1st and 10 or 21. And like I said, I'm going to keep Tobin Road in for one more possession because it would be about 7.5 minutes is when Lane really – he played about a third of the game. So it's going to be around 7.5 minutes. So this will be Roth's last possession. And they're going to start with an inside run. 51. That is John Henry Johnson, the fullback, against a 25, which is an AG. So inside run AG for John Henry Johnson. A 36. 36 for John Henry Johnson is a 24. 24 is 3 yards. So JHJ for 3 yards. Okay. 2nd and 7. I mean, I'm so hesitant to go short pass right now. So I'm just going to keep going standard, and if pass comes up, pass comes up. And it is a pass. It is a short pass for Tobin Rote. 62. 62 is Ken Webb. He's a backup fullback. He's a C4. So he is dynamite. No, he is. He wasn't very good, but he got a lot of targets that year. 33 is an AD. We'll make it a BD. So we'll go short pass BD. Tobin Rote to Kenny Webb. 56. 56 is a 20. And that's going to drop incomplete and put Tobin Rote to 5 for 21. 3rd and 7. Now we are going to go short pass heavy. Okay, we get a short pass. 33 is Hopalong Cassidy. He's a B. 46 is an AS. We'll short pass AS. Tobin Rote to Hopalong Cassidy. 54 is an 18, and that is going to be caught. It's going to be a little screen pass, and he's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he's actually going to lose a yard. His first name is Howard. I forgot about that. I'm just going to keep calling him Hopalong. And that's going to make it 4th and 8, and Tobin Rote. They have 7 first downs in this game so far, the Lions. It's not good. So let us bring out Yale Larry to punt. A 45 is, oh no, it's a 34. We have another fumble. It's a 34. So let's check the punt column. That would be F6. So F6, 64. That is going to be minus 13, but it will be picked up by the center, Charlie Ain. So punt. And what did I say? I always forget. I literally said it 20 seconds ago, and I've already forgotten. Minus 13. There we go. So we're going to go minus 13. We'll call it a fumbled snap. Detroit recovers it. 13. And that was going to be Yale Larry fumbling. So it's going to be our offensive lineman, Ain, A-N-E. Let's find him here. There he is. Oh, he's our starting center. So he's a 4. He's a pretty good player. Not much there that's going to get them a first down, though. Maybe if I roll a 66. And I rolled a 43, and that is a 22, and that is 0. So he falls on it right there, but Green Bay is immediately going to take over right at that spot, and they're going to get the ball in really good field position here. So no yards. 15. 1st and 10 Green Bay at the 1st and goal at the 10. They actually gained, 3 yards in that exchange of fumbles or block fumble, whatever. And that is going to be it for Tobin Rote. That's all she wrote. I'm sure that never got said before. And we're going to bring in Bobby Lane. He's a Pittsburgh carded for Pittsburgh. I guess he played for them at some point throughout the year. He's a 4. His card's a little bit better than our guy Tobin there. So let's bring him in. That is going to mess with the defenses a little bit. So let me update that. Instead of a -9, -8, they're going to be a -8, -7. Green Bay. see, -9 right there. Okay. All right, so Green Bay with the ball. Bart Starr back out on the field. First and goal 10. So all passes are short passes. And that is a short pass. 63 on your defense. Oh, that's terrible. That's a BG. And 12 is going to be Max McGee. He's an A, so it's going to be AG short pass. Bart Starr looking to get into the end zone on the very first play here. AG short pass. 61. That's a 30, and he is dumped. He's actually going to get sacked for 8 yards, pushed out of bounds, and the Packers going backwards. I'm telling you, this game, nobody wants to win this game. Let's see who got the sack for the Lions. I wonder if it's going to be Joe Schmidt again. And 21, that is Darius McCord. Darius McCord for the Lions. I have no idea who that is. There he is. Defensive end. QS7, so he's a big sack guy. Just had a birthday a month ago. Nice. All right, so he'll get your sack. Jarris McCord. Oh, it's Darius. Did I write Jarris? No, I wrote Darius. Okay, so it's Darius McCord. Okay. Yeah, that's 30 seconds. So it's going to be second and goal now at the 18-yard line for the Packers. And we're just going to go standard again. Let's go short pass heavy, actually. And it's going to be a leaner. All right, we're at 17. That's a medium pass for Bart Starr. Oh, look at that defense. 11. That's a CD. And 21, we're going to go back to Max McGee. So make it a BD this time. So we'll go short pass, BD. Oh, no, medium pass. BD. Bart Starr looking for Max McGee. 41. 41 is a 29. He's sacked again. This time he's going to lose 10 yards. Oh, man. Bart Starr -10. Who got him this time? They're going to sack themselves out of field goal range. 63 is Gene Cronin. Gene Cronin for the Lions. There he is, Eugene Twinks. That's probably not a good nickname nowadays, but he's a QS7. So he'll get your sack. Cronin. I know there's a few quarterback sacks in this game for Detroit. I think Alex Karras has one. I think Schmidt might have one too. 3rd and 28. 3rd and goal back at 28. And then what we'll do is we'll take 20 and we'll make it a draw play, and then we'll go everything else is a normal medium pass heavy. And it is a 13. That'll be a medium pass. 43. That is a CG. 32, Billy Houghton. He's an A. He's an A. There he is. He's a starting wide receiver A. Bill Houghton. A6. So that 43 was a BG. That becomes an AG. No, that was CG becomes a BG. So medium pass, BG. Bart Starr to Billy Houghton. 62. That is a 17. That is incomplete. They're going to go 3 and out. And they're going to go for a long field goal here. Okay, so they'll go for let's see, what is that, 45 yards? It's probably 35 yards back then. I'm not sure. I don't particularly care. We're going to kick it from the 28 regardless. All right, so he's out here for a field goal. This is going to be Paul Horning. Last one was blocked. 52. Oh, it's a 29. And it is no good. And no one wants to win this game, guys. No one wants to win this game. No good. It's 3-3. Now, in real life, they did tie. And I'm 3-3 right now. I could actually get there. You never know. All right, so we got Bobby Lane back in the game, or in the game now for Detroit. Let's see if he can do anything different here. So let's go standard for Detroit, starting at their own 35-yard line. And we're going to go inside run. 53, that is Jim Duran. He is a B. No, that's not Jim Duran. 53 is John Henry Johnson. He's a fullback. 53 on your defense is BS. So inside run BS. John Henry Johnson. 36. 36 is 24. and he will get 3 yards. So John Henry Johnson for 3. 2nd and 7 now. Let's go short pass heavy. Let's get Night Train Lane into this game. I don't even know if that's Night Train Lane. I assume it is. It says Bobby Lane as his nickname. So 11 is a short pass. 44 is Perry Richards. I know I haven't said that name yet. Perry Richards. He's a backup tight end, wide receiver, C3. Went to Detroit Mercy. I've been there. Let's see. It's downtown. C3. 65. 65 is AS. And he is a C. Wait. Yeah. So it's going to be a BS. So short pass, BS. Bobby Lane. Maybe there's a different guy named Night Train Lane. I don't know. Somebody tell me. And then we're gonna go Lane to Perry Richards BS on 2nd and 7. 44. The dice like Bobby Lane. That's a 6, and he'll get 14 yards before he's pushed out of bounds, and it's a first down. So Bobby Lane to Perry Richards for 14 out of bounds. It's gonna be 1st and 10 they're gonna cross the 50. I don't know the last time they did that. Well, I guess in the second quarter. We're going to cross the 50, get to the 48. Inside run. Let's see. Dan Lewis, halfback, against a BS. So inside run BS, Dan Lewis. 53 for Lewis is 28. Yikes. He'll get knocked around in the backfield. He'll lose a yard. Fought for it. He had to fight just to lose only 1. Dan Lewis is going to lose a yard. And it's going to be 2nd and 11 now at the 49, the Green Bay 49. 18, we're going to go medium pass. 53 is Jim Duran. He is a wide receiver, I think. Yeah, he's a backup wide receiver tight end. He's a B, though. Tight end wide receiver 2. He's a B. So medium pass. 26 is AS, so we'll stay at AS. All right, here we go. 36. 36 is an 18. 18 is incomplete. It's 3rd down. Bobby Lane to Duran, incomplete. 15, and it is going to be 3rd and 11. Let's go medium pass heavy here for Bobby Lane. Maybe Night Train, but I'm not sure. And we get a 1. That's a short pass. 21 is Jim Middleton. No, it's not. I wrote David Middleton and Jim Middleton on here. David Middleton. Oh, it's Jim Gibbons. I did that wrong. Jim Gibbons, he's a B4 back. He's your starting tight end. I do that. That's what happens when I try to multitask. You can see I wrote David Middleton and Jim Middleton. It's actually Jim Gibbons. 36 is BS. So we'll go short pass BS. Bobby Lane to Gibbons. 14. That's a 17. And that is incomplete. Man, this passing game. And it's 4th down. They can't do anything with the ball. They'll punt. Try to coffin corner. Bring Yale Larry out. This is probably his 8th or 9th punt so far. 25. 25 is a 6, and that is going to be a touchback. And that is a wasted opportunity right there to pin him deep. 49-yard punt. Bounces short of the end zone, but then rolls in. And it's 1st and 10 at the 20 for Green Bay. 4.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. All right, we're going to start with an inside run. 16 on your defense is AS. And 64. 64 is who? It is Jim Shanley. There he is. He's a halfback. And he only runs what do I call inside run? Let's see what he does. He's got odd numbers. Yeah, he only goes outside. So we're going to run outside run here, and 16 was AS. So outside run, Jim Shanley. 12, that's a 25. That's no gain. I might literally end in a 3-3 tie. 2nd and 10. I need to roll a 66 here at some point. I mean, it's not going to be a touchdown for either of these quarterbacks, but we need something to happen. I guess Bobby Lane, it could be a touchdown, a 66, but we'll see. Will that decide the game? It absolutely could. Let's go short pass heavy. All right, 13, that's a short pass. Oh, 11 on the defense. That's a CD. 24 is Billy Houghton. He's an A. So short pass BD. Bart started Billy Houghton. 23. God, these are terrible. 25, and it's picked off. W58. Bart Starr's second interception of the game. W58. 54. And it's picked off right at the line of scrimmage for the Lions. So they're going to be in field goal range. That was to Houghton, wasn't it? Yeah. Houghton. It's going to be 0 yards intercepted. Let's see who got it for them. So I'll tell you what, the Lions defense is playing really well here. 56. They're making plays. 56 is Gary Lowe. Gary Lowe is going to pick it off. He is a backup corner. He's a W5, though, so he got in there in some nickel times and picked them off here. Let's see if he can return this thing. 13, that's an 18, and he'll get 20 yards on the return. And that's going to be in the end zone. That is exactly right to the goal line, and Gary Lowe gets the first touchdown of the game on a pick 6 against Bart Starr. And the Lions go up 9-3 in this game. Holy cow. I need, what's his name? Phil Rizzuto here. Holy cow. So let's kick the extra point with Jim Martin. 36 is a 23. A 23. That is good. Wow. That might be the first time I've ever checked 23 before. All right, so that is good. It's 10-3 Lions, just like that. Let's kick it off with Jim Martin. 34, that is a 19. And that is 71-09. That is deep into the end zone. And they will not return it. All right, so that's going to be Hoagie Carmichael. He'll take it there, and it's going to be Bart Starr back out on the field here. Let's do this. In this game, Joe Francis quarterbacked one drive, if I remember correctly. Let me check here. Let's see. I think he had one drive, so 1958. Maybe I'm going to bring him in for one drive right now. All right, so NFL standings, let's see. Week 2. And we'll go to this 13-13 tie. There he is. So Joe Francis was 1 of 3 for 12 yards. And he ran the ball once for 7. So let's do this. Let's bring him in just for one possession. We'll say Bart Starr's getting checked out on. He's in the blue tent, which didn't exist back then. Tents existed. I think blue existed. Not if you watch TV, it didn't. But the blue tent, that didn't exist. So let us bring in Joe Francis for one drive. He's a 1. So let's take the Lions defense. Let's make him a +5. They were a +3. Let's make him a +5. And let's see what Joe Francis can do for this one drive. All right, so Green Bay, 1st and 10 on their 20. 13, so they're going to go right to the pass, right off the bat. That's a short pass. 51. Yeah, something didn't seem right there for Bart on that interception. So he's just getting it checked out. So 51 on your defense is AD. 61, that's Joe Francis. Well, no, it's not. That is Hoagie Carmichael. So Joe going to throw it to a Hoagie. He's a C. So we're going to make it a BD. Short pass BD. Joe Francis to the Hoagie. 22 for Francis. That's a 6. And he'll complete it for 9 yards. So Joe Francis to Hoagie. Now remember, he was 1 of 3, so this is going to be his 1. Maybe. We'll see what the dice say. So it's 2nd and 1. Let's go big here. Let's try to get a first down. 16, that's an outside run. 51. 51 is AG. And 65 is Jim Shanley. So we're going to go outside run Jim Shanley on 2nd and 1. 66! 66 for Shanley is a 5, and he'll pick up 16 yards. And we're dealing with the backups here, kind of. So Shanley gets 16. It's going to be a first down and 10. They're at their own 45-yard line now. 2:45 to go in this third quarter. And it's a 3. We're going to go inside run. I see a whole bunch of 1s there on the dice. So an 11. 11 on the defense is CG. 11 on the offense is Don McElhenney. So McElhenney, inside run, CG. 41. 41 is 21. And he'll actually lose 2 yards. He'll go backwards. McElhenney, what are you doing? All right, 2nd and 12. Let's go short pass heavy. Okay, we're going to get an 8. That is a short pass. 46 on the defense is BS. 35 is Don McElhenney. He's a B. So we'll go short pass, BS. Francis to McElhenney. 21 for Francis is an 18, and that is going to be incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 12. All right, so McElhenney, where are you at? There you are. Incomplete. All right, 3rd and 12. Let's go medium pass heavy. A 19, that is a medium pass. 61, CS. 43 is McElhenney again, and he's a C on medium passes. So medium pass, CS, Francis to McElhenney. 36, and that is a 29, and he is dumped. That is a 12-yard loss on the sack. Let's see who got him for Detroit. 13, that is Darius McCord again. So Detroit's defense, they're making plays. I know that. I know Green Bay's defense is playing well because they've only given up 3 points. But Detroit's defense is just making plays. Is that a 29? 13? Wait, did I look at the wrong thing? 13. I think I looked at the wrong thing. 13 is actually a 12. Oh, no, that was for the sack. That's right. So I'm pretty sure it was a 29. Does he have a 30? Yeah, 36 was a 29, and that is minus 12. Okay. So minus 12. And it's going to be 4th down and 24 at the 31-yard line. And just like that, Joe Francis, no longer in this game. Bart Starr feeling good. He's back in the lineup. They're giving up the ball. I like to do it before I get them back on offense so I don't forget. So it's going to be Bart Starr when Green Bay gets the ball back. And Joe Francis got his playing time. Let's put Francis back down here. Okay, because he still has a running back. He's a halfback too, quarterback 1. All right, bring out Max McGee to punt. 45 for McGee. Oh, no! It's a 34. And we have an F6. And Green Bay is giving this game away. I think they're probably the better team. But they're an F6. Another fumbled punt. 24. That is minus 12. It is picked up by 06, the right tackle. So we'll go punt. And that was a fumbled punt. So it's going to be McGee. Come on, lighten up, McGee. Minus 12, right? Minus 12.06. Yeah, minus 12.06. So Green Bay recovers. 06 for Green Bay is Norm Masters. This guy. He's a tackle, right tackle. Can he do anything with the ball? He needs 36 yards. Let's see if he can get 36 yards. 16 is 27, and he actually gets nothing. So there you go. So Detroit's going to take over. Good field position again. A chance to, well, actually, they already broke the tie. Chance to get some more points on the board here. So that was Norm Masters getting 0. And it's 1st and 10 Detroit at the Green Bay 19. And Bobby Lane coming back on the field, feeling spry. How old is he? He's 32 at this point, but he's still feeling spry. All right, we're going to roll an 8. That is an outside run. 31 is, it's Tobin Rote, but he's out of the game, so I'm going to roll again. So the defense is a 12. That's a CD. And this time it's going to be Gene Gedman. So Gene Gedman on the outside run. Against a, what did I say? CD. 51. 51 is an 18. And Gedman will get 5 yards before going out of bounds. So Gedman for 5. Goes out of bounds. Make it 2nd and 5 at the 14. All right, a 13. We're going to go short pass. And it's going to be Ken Webb as the receiver. He's a C. 34 is AG. So we'll go BG. Short pass, Bobby Lane to Kenny Webb. $52 is a 20, and that'll be incomplete. And it is 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 at the 14. Let's go short pass heavy. And we get a 10. Actually, all we have is short pass at the 14-yard line. So that was a 51. 50, it doesn't matter. It's Jim Duran either way. So Duran is a B. 62 on defense is AS. So we're going to go short pass AS. Bobby Lane to Jim Duran. $61. 61 is a 26, and Bobby Lane's going to take off and run. Probably a good idea. Their quarterbacks are 7 of 26 so far. What was our defense? 62 was pass. AS. All right, so here we go for Bobby Lane. Ooh, 63. It's a 31, and we have a rare play 2, an RP2. First rare play. I noticed earlier there's only been one penalty. And that was when it was off camera. Only one penalty between these two teams. So we're going to have a rare play 2. We're going to use the board here. 9. Ball carrier fumbles in backfield. Ball bounces. He recovers it while running toward his own goal. Tackled for a 20-yard loss. Oh, no. We might have just lost field goal range. So Bobby Lane, we're going to go like this. We're going to go, let's see, 20-yard loss. So we'll just say he gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and fumbles. We'll call it a forced run. He fumbles, but he recovers it. So we'll go Bobby Lane recovers it. And he's going to go minus 20. And it's going to be 4th and 25 back at the 34. Do we want to try a 51-yard field goal? I don't feel good about this field goal, but I think we're going to try it anyway. Give them a 2-score lead. And I feel like punting from the 34. I don't think you do that. So let's go for it. It's going to be a 51-yard field goal. I guess back then it would be a 41-yard field goal at the 34-yard line. This is the last play of the quarter. 11! 11 is a 5, and it's no good. Oh, man. No good. Right there. There's your 5 from the 30 to 39. Oh, that would have been big. It is no good for Jim Martin. And that will end the third quarter. 10-3 Detroit. 7 points scored on defense, 6 points scored on offense. Actually, 6 points on defense, 6 points on offense, and 1 point on special teams. So far in this game. First and 10 at the 41 for Green Bay. Bart Starr comes back out to lead his team. The crowd goes nutty. And he'll start with an inside run. 56 on the defense is AS. And 45 is Howie Ferguson, fullback. So we're going to go inside run, AS. Yeah, Howie Ferguson. Fourth quarter. 15 for Ferguson. 15 is a 16, and he'll get 8 yards. So he gets 8. That's considered a big play in this game, I think. 2nd and 2. Okay, 19. Bart Starr looking medium pass here. Defense is ready for it, though. That's a CD. And he's going to be looking for Hoagie Carmichael, who is a C. So we will stay at CD. So medium pass CD. That's the dreaded one. Nope. Medium pass CD. Bart Starr to Hoagie Carmichael. 34. 34 is a 17, and that is incomplete. Bart Starr was a lot better than this through the first quarter and a half. He's been pretty terrible the last quarter or so. Overall, he's now, 11 to 21 for 105 yards and 2 interceptions. So he's actually been pretty terrible in this game. 3rd and 2. Let's go standard here. And we're going to get a 15. That's a short pass. 63 is a BG. 21 is Max McGee. He's an A. So make it an AG. There's Max. There's Willie Max. I like that. Willie Max McGee. It's good. All right, so AG it is. That's a good one to throw against. But every time I say that, it ends up being bad. So AG. Let's see what we can do here. 63. That is a 24, and it's incomplete. Look at that. See the blue tab? Follow it down. Only 1 interception there. W58 right there. So that's going to be incomplete right there. Look at all this B's and C's. That's an interception most of the time. But it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. Boy, 4th and 2. You kind of want to go for it here. I might do that. So that was to McGee, and that was incomplete. I think we're going to go for it here. And they're on their side of the 50. I mean, you're down a touchdown. I mean, you may not get good field position like this again, although Detroit's not been that great either. Yeah, let's do that. Let's punt. They've been playing good defense. Let's just punt it away here. Bring out McGee to punt. 23. That's a 6. And that is 48 D10. That is kicked to the 3-yard line. And I think we're going to let it bounce. So McGee, 48 D10. So what we're going to do is that we're going to roll one die. Odd means it goes towards the end zone. Even means it goes the other way. And it is odd, so it'll go toward the end zone. We'll roll 2 dice. It's going to go 7 yards. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. All right, so punt return. So we'll go, who is it? Who is the punt returner? That's Yale Larry, our punter. So we'll go that, and we'll just say does not return it. He lets it roll. We'll go -7. And that's a 15-second play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20 now for Detroit. 13:45 up, 10-3. And Bobby Lane still in the game here. A 2, that is an inside run. 65, that is Dan Lewis. 31 is CS. So inside run CS for Dan Lewis. 51 is a 9. Oh, so he's an outside run guy. So let's go CS. Dan Lewis. It's not going to improve it very much. He'll end up getting 2 yards. So run Dan Lewis for 2. 2nd and 8. All right, let's go short pass heavy. And that is a short pass. 22 is Jim Gibbons. He's a B. 14 is AG. So short pass AG. And that's going to be Lane to Gibbons. AG. 11 for Bobby Lane is a 3. And that is good for 23 yards and a first down. Big play for Bobby Lane to Gibbons. 23 yards. It is 1st and 10 now, out to the 45 for Detroit. Go back to standard. All right, a 7. That's an outside run. 35. 35 is the quarterback. Tobin wrote, so I'll re-roll. 40. He's been yanked from the game. He doesn't want. He's sulking on the sideline. 43 is BD. And it is going to be Gene Gedman against a BD outside run. $23 for Gedman is, it's a 34. And we have an F16. So let's roll. We're going with the decider die. The bullet means fumble. The white means no fumble. And it is no fumble. So we're going to use F16 to determine the result of the play. 44. And he is going to get 14 yards. So Gedman with a 14-yard run. Another first down. And they're going to be down to the Packers' 41-yard line. All right, an 18. That's a medium pass. 54. 54 is Gedman. He's a C. 11. That is a BD. So we'll go BD. Medium pass, Bobby Lane. Looking for the running back, Gene Gedman. Not going to like what he sees downfield. He's going to dump it off. 65 is a 14, and it's going to be incomplete. So Lane, incomplete to Gedman. And that is going to make it 2nd and 10. 12 minutes to go. And 18, another medium pass. This time he's going to Middleton, his A receiver. 53. 53 is a BS. We'll make it an AS. It's a lot better than a BD. So AS now. Lane to Middleton. 44 for Bobby Lane is a 6, and that's going to be good for 27 yards. So Detroit getting a little movement here. Bobby Lane to Middleton for 27. Yup. And that'll make it 1st and 10. And they'll be down to the 14-yard line of Green Bay. All right. I'll do that again. 9. That'll be an outside run. 42 is Ken Webb. So Ken Webb outside run. 41. It's an AS. So Ken Webb outside run, AS. 46 for Webb. Oh, it's a 35. We have 3 yards, and we have a penalty. We have our second penalty of the day. It's a TE. And that is going to be on the offense. That is holding on Detroit. That is their first penalty. And Green Bay is happy to see that. And it's going to be 1st and 20 back at the 24. So let's go short pass heavy for Bobby Lane. And we're going to get a 19. That's a medium pass. 43 is Perry Richards. He's a C. 62 is an AS. We'll go BS, medium pass. Bobby Lane to Perry Richards. $61. 61 is a 26, and Bobby Lane's going to run. Doesn't like what he sees out there. And he'll take off. Was it BS? No, it was AS. He'll take off. 35 for Lane. That's a 17. He'll take off. He'll get 5 yards. And it's going to be 2nd and 15 now at the 19. And we'll go short pass heavy again. And we'll get a 4. That is a short pass. 12, that's going to be Dave Middleton. He's an A. 62 is an AS. So we'll go short pass AS. Bobby Lane to Dave Middleton. That was AS, right? 62 is AS, yeah. Oh, fourth quarter. 61 for Lane. Oh, it's a 26, and he's going to run again. So Bobby Lane going to try to do it with his legs here. And that was still an AS. 64 this time. That's an 18, and he'll get 4 yards this time. Whoops. That's all right. All right, 3rd and 11. Let's go medium pass. Well, all I have, I'm at the 15, so I still have medium pass. Let's go medium pass heavy. And it's going to be a 14. That is a medium pass. 16 is back to Middleton. He's an A. 41 is an AS. So we're going to go medium pass AS. Bobby Lane to Dave Middleton. 23. That is a 34, and we have a possible fumble. F40. So let's roll the dice. The decide or die. This means fumble. This means no fumble. And it's no fumble. So F40 will decide the result of this play. 13. And that is a 4-yard loss. We'll call it a strip sack fumble. And 05, the right guard is going to fall on it. So a quarterback sack here by Green Bay. So Bobby Lane -4. He'll fumble, but Detroit will recover it. Who got him? 51. 51 is Lenny Ford. Lenny Ford getting the sack. And 04, that is Charlie Ain again. He recovered something earlier, didn't he? Charlie Ain. There he is. He's a center 4. I think I showed him earlier. There he is. 32 is a 27. He'll actually go no gain. So he'll fall on it right there. And Detroit comes up with 4th down. So Ain for no yards. 4th and 15 back at the 19. Let's bring out Jim Martin again. Try another field goal. This one's either a 36-yarder or a 26-yarder. It's going to be a 42. 42 is a 9. And a 9 is good. Wait. Yes, a 9 is good. And that's going to put the Lions up 13-3. Now, if you remember, the final score in real life this game was 13-13, so we're kind of heading that way. If Bart Starr could ever do anything. Let's kick it off with Jim Martin. 56. 56 is a 18. And that is a touchback. So kickoff, Martin. We'll go 75 yards. One thing about these cards, I mentioned in the first video, one thing about these cards is they don't specify columns. So it says KA and KO. I'm using the K column, obviously, for his kickoff, his punts and his field goals. I'm using the P column for his kickoffs because that's kind of what happens in real life. That's what happens in the rest of this game with all the other kickoff guys. I don't know why they're not specified here. They're not on any of these cards. Like there's Paul Horning's. It just says KAOBKO. But what do I do with that? So I'm just kind of using kind of my best judgment here and just not really worrying about it at all. All right, so first and 10 at the 20 for the Packers and Bart Starr. At any point, my phone's going to ring, so be ready to hear that. First and 10. And Bart Starr is going to go with a short pass. 24. 24 is BS. 66. That is Jim Shanley. He's a C, so we'll stay at BS. $35 for Starr. That's a 9. That'll be complete. That'll be 7 yards. So Starr to Shanley for 7. And it's 2nd and 3 at the 27. All right, we're going to go. Let's roll it. All right, we're going to go inside run. And 22 is your defense. That's a BG. 12 is McElhenney. And McElhenney only runs one way. Which way does he go? He goes outside. So the outside run. And that was BG. Yeah. 22. That's a 5. And he'll get 8 yards. That'll be a first down. Green Bay. All right. First down at the 35. All right. Another 8. That's an outside run. 64 is CS. 41 is Howie Ferguson. So outside run, Howie Ferguson, CS. 44. That's a 15. He gets 18 yards. And he's pushed out of bounds. Look at that. Look at Howie Ferguson. That's a big play. That'll get him to the 47 of Detroit. So Green Bay trying to get some of these points back. All right, that's going to be an inside run. 51 is an AG. 16, back to McElhenney. He only goes outside, so we'll go back to outside. AG, outside run. 35, that's a 21. And he'll get 2 this time. So McElhenney for 2. And it's going to be 2nd and 8 now at the Detroit 45. All right, a 9. That is an outside run. 26 is a BS. 64. 64, that is Shanley. So Shanley on the outside run against BS. 14. And there's my phone, kids. We'll come back to this. All right, it's like 40 minutes later. We are back. I don't know if y'all have like drive home buddies. You know, you're driving home, they're driving home, you're driving to work, they're driving to work, and you talk on the phone. That's what I have. So I have a drive home buddy. So if I'm playing around 4:30 and I'm working from home that day, she calls me on my way home, and if driving to work, that kind of thing. So we just have drive home, drive to work buddies. That's all. So anyway, so that's why I always say that I know when my phone's gonna ring, because I know when it's gonna ring. So all right, here we go. All right, so 14 was what I rolled. Jim Shanley on the outside run. I just watched the end of the last video, so I knew what was going on, because again, it's about 40 minutes here. 14 is a 25. 25 is no gain. It's always no gain. And that's going to make it 3rd and 8. So Jim Shanley goes nothing on 3rd and 8. And it is now, on 2nd and 8, it's now 3rd and 8. So let's go short pass heavy for Bartholomew. Actually, it's Brian Bartlett Bart Starr. Brian is his first name. I had no idea. All right, so a 3, that will be a short pass. 46 is a BS. 34 is Don McElhenney. He's a B on short passes. This is a big play. Down 10. You need to get this first down. So BS, Starr to McElhenney. 42 is a 21, and it's incomplete. So we're going to pass it. Starr to McElhenney. Incomplete. You're down 2 scores. I think you got to go for this. So 4th and 8. We're going to go short pass heavy here. We're going to get a 1. That is a short pass. 36. 36 is a BS. 54, that is Howie Ferguson. He's a C, so we'll stay at BS. So same play, short pass BS. It'll be starter Howie Ferguson this time. Oh no, 52 is a 20 and it's incomplete. And Bart Starr's going to drop to under 50%. Oh no, he's not. He's going to be right around 50%. So Bart Starr to Howie Ferguson, incomplete. Detroit takes over. That's a tough one. Detroit takes over first 10 on their own 45, up 13-3. And they're going to go big on their first play. And it's going to be an inside run. 51 is, who is that? 51 is John Henry Johnson, the fullback. 24 is BS. So inside run BS for John Henry Johnson. 54 is a 25. It's no gain. And Green Bay uses a timeout. All right, 2nd and 10. We'll just go back to a standard offense here. 3, that's an inside run. Let's re-roll this one. All right, 53. That is back to John Henry Johnson. We're going to run a little dive play again. 52 this time is BD. 14 is a 22. 4 yards for John Henry Johnson. The Green Bay's going to use another timeout. And we'll call it 3rd and 6. And we'll call it that because that's what it is. Short pass heavy now. They're at their own 49. You got 6:15 left. And we're going to get a 20, a long pass. And I have not run a long pass in this quarter, in this half, so we're going to run it. And that is to Dan Lewis. That's a 66 to Dan Lewis. But it's also an AG. Dan Lewis is a C, so it's going to be a BG long pass from Night Train Lane to Dan Lewis. 55 is a 7, and it's just incomplete. Oh, man. Boy, that was close. 6 was 13 yards, so it close to getting probably a first down and just couldn't get it. All right, so they won't have to use a timeout there. They got 1 left. Whoops. And Detroit going to punt it back to Green Bay. Yale Larry on. His leg's getting tired. 44. That's a 4. And that is into the end zone. 52 D10. That's going to be, a yard into the end zone. And it's going to be an automatic touchback. Because that's how Pro Football Helper does it. So 1st and 10 now, Green Bay. 6 minutes to go. Down 10. Let's go medium pass heavy for Bart Starr. All right, a 19 is a medium pass. 16 is AS. 35 is McElhenney. He's a C. So we're making a BS, medium pass. Bart Starr to McElhenney. 61 is a 30. He's sacked. He is thrown down for 10 yards. Detroit's defense came to play here. -10. Who got it? 34. That is Alex Karras, Webster's dad, getting another sack. And they'll use their last timeout. 5:45 to go. 2nd and 20. Let's go medium pass heavy. All right, a 14. That's a medium pass. 25 is AD. And 25 is Bill Houghton. He's an A. So we'll go medium pass AD. Star to Houghton. 35. That's a 9. That'll be complete. Only 7 yards, though. And I can't go hurry up now. Not on that play. It's 3rd and 13. 5:15 to go. Medium pass heavy again. Oh, it's a 20. It's a long bomb. I haven't tried one of those with the Green Bay in the second half either, so we'll do it. This would be the type of play you do it too, and it's going to be Max McGee, so that's good. He's an A. 21 is BS, so we're going to go long pass AS. Star to Max McGee. 63 is a 24, and that is picked off. Bart Starr's third one of the game. That's W70. It's a long one. All right, a 63. That is, oh, it's a 7-yard pass. So it's not even that far. So Star to McGee. Let's just call it tipped at the line of scrimmage. Intercepted. And getting that interception is Wayne Walker of the Lions. Wayne Walker. Is he a starter? Yeah, he's a starting outside linebacker. Tipped it up in the air. Tipped it to himself and caught it. W5. He actually plays on the offense. So look at, oh my God, look at all those ones. Holy cow. All right, let's see what happens here. Looks like he's got about a 50-50 shot of this being a pick six. 53, and that is one of them. That is a 1, and that's a touchdown. Wayne Walker, second pick six of the game for Detroit. Offensively, it's 6-6, but those 2 touchdowns came on defense for Detroit. How far was that? 24 yards. Holy cow. And it is going to be 19-3 Detroit. Let's kick the extra point with Jim Martin. 14 is 15. And 15 is good. And it is 20-3 Detroit. Boy, I'll tell you, with the play that Tobin wrote, the fact that they're winning 20-3 is pretty shocking. Although, they, like I said, both of them came on interceptions. 23. Let's kick it off with Martin. 62 is 28. And that is very short. 36-06. Martin almost missed the ball. And 064 is a tackle. So that is a tackle or a tight end. So let's just go first OC I see. We'll go for it. There it is. Jim Middleton. Oh, he's a wide receiver halfback. Let's keep going. Tackle or tight end is what I want to see with an OC. And I don't see any of them. Nope. All right, let's look at the board. How about, nope, not him either. Come on now. Tackle or tight end? There we go. No, he's a wide. All these guys are wide receivers that are OCs. All right, looks like I'm just going to pick somebody then. No. All right, let's just pick somebody. Let's pick the first ET I see. I don't see any tight ends. Boy, this is rough. All right, first tight end I come to. There we go. Perry Richards, ET2. He'll return this. We'll go to the K column because that's where you normally go. 35 is a 12, and he'll return it for 21 yards. So pick it up and run. He'll go 21, and they're going to have great field position. Green Bay is. So Perry Williams with this return. Oh, I looked at Detroit. No wonder. Jeez. Do we have OCs? He's a fullback. I got to do all this again now. OC. All right, let's see what we got here. OC. Boy, they don't have any OCs in their bench. So let's go to the first tight end I see then. All right, Billy Houghton. I rolled a 35. He gets a 12. And it's the same number. It's still 21 yards. Okay. So Billy Houghton's going to get 21 yards in that return. Boom. And Green Bay is actually going to start with pretty good field position here. 1st and 10 at the 50, right at midfield. And they're going to go short pass heavy. 4:45 to go. 9. That'll be a short pass. 35. CS. 12. 12 is Max McGee. Make it a BS, a short pass BS. Bart Starr to Max McGee. 13 is a 31, and we have an incompletion, but a penalty. Check the TH. 55, that'll be on the defense. That is roughing the quarterback, 15 yards and an automatic first down. So 15, that's on Detroit. Roughing the passer. And it's going to be first and 10 to 35. A short pass heavy again. We're going to stay with that short pass. It's a 4. 34 on defense is a BG. And 21, Max McGee again. So AG this time. So Max McGee, AG from Bart Starr. 24 is 12. That'll be complete for 11 yards. And I'm not even going to have him hurry up here. This game is over. Max McGee, 12 yards. All right, I'll do it because I feel like I should. So we're going to burn it down. So we'll go 15 seconds. And then we'll have him spike the ball. I don't even know if they did that back in the day. No time. All right, second and 10, 23-yard line. Okay, and a 6. That'll be a short pass. 12. 12 is CG. 51 is Mellinger. He's a C. So CG short pass. We're down to the 23, though. A 33 for Bart Starr is a 5, and he'll get 12 more. That'll be another first down, and they'll spike it again. So Bart Starr to Mellinger. 15, we'll do another spike. And it's going to be second and 10 down to the 11. So let's go short pass again. All right, 24. 24 is BS, and 22 is Billy Houghton. He's an A, so AS. So short pass AS, Bart Starr. Can he lead him down quick? 61, that is a 30, and he's going to get sacked again and lose 9 yards. And you can't do a hurry up here. Bart Starr, QB sack, -9. Who got him? This is about their 8th or 9th sack of this game. 52 is Yale Larry, our punter, our punt returner, our halfback 3, and our cornerback free safety, strong safety 4. That dude is all over the place. He must have been a hell of an athlete. And that's going to make it 3rd and 19. So let's go medium pass heavy. All right, and 9, that'll be a medium pass. 24, BS. 63, that is Paul Horning. He's a C, but we'll stay at BS. So medium pass, BS. Bart Starr to Paul Horning. 21, that is a 28. He gets sacked again. He's going to lose 9 yards. Jesus. Who got him? 24. That is Alex Karras getting his 3rd sack of the game. What was that, -9? -8. Webster's dad all over the place. And it's 4th down. Well, I thought I did all this stuff. Minus, boom, boom. There we go. All right, 4th and 27, back at the 28. We'll go medium pass heavy. All right, a 15, that'll be a medium pass. 44 is a BD. 26 is Bill Houghton, make it an A. So AD, medium pass. Bart Starr to Billy Houghton. 41. 41 is another sack. Holy cow. This time he'll lose 5. Holy cow. All right, so 51 is Joe Schmidt. That could be his 2nd. That guy's having a whale of a game. Oops, that's 15 seconds for change of possession. And it is going to be 1st and 10 to 33 for Detroit. 2:45 to go. And they're going to go big and just try to run the clock out. A first down ends it. They're going to start with a 19. That's actually going to be a short pass for Bobby Lane. 24 is Jim Gibbons. 41's an AS. Gibbons is a B, so we'll go short pass, AS, Bobby Lane to Jim Gibbons. Whoa. was AS. All right, a 53 for Lane is a 12. That'll be complete. He'll get 9 yards. Big play right there. So Bobby Lane for 9 to Gibbons. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They'll go big here and run the ball because it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And they're going to get 17, another short pass. I keep trying to go big. I keep rolling passing numbers. 65, that is Kenny Webb. He's a C. 64 is a BS. So we'll go BS short pass. Bobby Lane to Ken Webb. 52 for Lane is a 20. That is incomplete. It's 3rd and 1. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Third and 1. Let's go big here. Let's try to get a run play. They just need a yard. And it's a 17. It's another short pass. That's funny. 35. 35 is John Henry Johnson. He's a C. 51 is an AD. Make it a BD short pass to end the game. 64 is 35. We have a 2-yard completion for a first down, but a penalty. Let's check the TH. 46. That is going to be holding on the offense. And Green Bay will accept that. And they're going to just drag this out a little bit. Whoops, that's not right. It's Detroit holding. All right, let's go 3rd and 11 at the 32. We're going to run the ball again. And it's a 7. Finally, we rolled the inside run. 33 is, let's roll that again because it's Tobin Road, and he got yanked. 21 is an AS. 21, that's going to be Gedman. Gene Gedman on the inside run. 64 for Gedman. It's a 35. Inside run 35. 21 was AS. He'll get 2 yards, but we have another penalty. 55, that's on the defense. That should end the game. That's a 30. That is twisting the face mask. 15 yards from the gain and a first down. That was a 2-yard gain. So we're going to run, and that's going to be Gedman for 2. And then they grabbed a hold of his face mask and yanked it. That's a penalty. So 15 yards on Green Bay. Automatic first down. Flagrant face mask. No time. 1st and 10 at the 49, and they will kneel on the ball 3 times. Bobby Lane comes in, gets the win, even though he didn't do much to get it. There's 1. Bobby Lane. There's 2. And, oops, keep you kneel. And finally, Bobby Lane again. And that will end a game. In real life, it was 13-13. In my game, it was 20-3. Looked like it was going to be 3-3 for a while. But Detroit got 2 pick sixes in the second half to take the win, 20-3. Let's update our stats. Now, the one thing about 58 in this game is it doesn't work with standings, and I don't know why. Which is disappointing because I could play this season. There's not very many teams. Let's just see if anything happens here with standings. So if I go replay... and I go team sets. This standings comes up 0. Yeah, there's nothing here. I must have done something wrong. Does anything come up if I do this? Oh yeah, this worked kind of. So the Browns are 3-0. Baltimore's 2-0. You got some 1-1s. You got some 0-2s. All right, so that's interesting. All right, so maybe I didn't put the divisions in. No, I did right there. It's weird. All right, let's look at some quick stats here. Game reports. Let's look at the box score. All right, so again. Gary Lowe with the interception return and Wayne Walker with the interception return. Other than that, it was, it was 3-3. Actually, they must have another field goal. Yeah, right there. So they had another field goal at the end. So 6-3 is what the final score would have been. Go down here. So this team is just not good. John Henry Johnson led the way, 7 for 44. Gedman, 7 for 9. Butch Hopalong Cassidy, 5 for 21. Just not great. Tobin Rote, 6 of 22, 54. Bobby Lane, 4 of 10, 73. Neither of them were very good. Cassidy led the way, 3 for 19. Gibbons, 2 for 32. Let's see. Hopalong Cassidy. Anything else? 2 fumbles by Bobby Lane. Got them both back. Look at these sacks, though. Alex Karras had 4 sacks. Joe Schmidt with 2. McCord with 2. 3 picks, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's what the defense won him the game. Green Bay, Ferguson 6 for 76, McElhenney 8 for 22, Bart Starr 14 to 29, 134, 3 picks. Just not a good game offensively altogether here. 2 sacks for Green Bay. And let's look at overall stats for the season so far. Let's go rushing. Well, Jim Brown, not surprising. Then Bobby Mitchell. And then a bunch of guys I've never heard of. Joe Marconi, Tom Tracy, Howie Ferguson, Willie Gallimore I've heard of. Let's look at receiving. The Browns have played 3 games, by the way. Everybody else has played either 2 or 1, so that's why a lot of their guys are near the top. Ray Renfro, 11 for 135. Woodley Lewis, 11 for 326 in probably 2 games. Yeah, because they played the Browns, I think, in week 3. Look at quarterbacks. Yards, you got MC Reynolds of the Cardinals. That guy's good. I think he played in 2 games to get that. 7 touchdowns. You got Johnny Unitas, Milt Plum, Ed Brown, Tittle, Bart Starr, Billy Wade, Norman Brockman. A bunch of names we all know. Let's look at sacks real quick. Look at this. Look at Alex Karras up there by himself with 4 sacks. All of it in 1 game. Very impressive. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for this. I am going to play some baseball tomorrow. So that ought to be fun. So I will be back. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.